right, we are back. We got a special guest, Coach Runyon. Well, Coach, I don't know what we call you now. AD Runyon, Mr. Runyon. I'm used to Coach Runyon.
You can still call me Coach. As long as you don't call me late for dinner, I'm fine with that.
All right, he is the Fayette County Middle School Athletic Director. Coach, man, this as we're getting ready for this 2025 season, I know we brought the new school on, Mary Britton, and there's been some little changes I noticed with the basketball standards and whatnot. What's new with Fayette County Middle School football this season?
Well, with football, not much has changed with football. We added, obviously the 12th school. So the major change you're going to see, adding that 12th school allowed us for everybody to take the same bye week. So everybody's going to have the same bye week over fall break. So that's going to be good. They're going to play about 6 games, get a bye week, come back, play 2 more, get ready for the playoffs. So that's a good change. It's a positive thing for us.
Now, we noticed that they're playing, a lot of games now are scheduled at the high school fields, where it used to be kind of like the second half of the season they went to high school fields. Is that going to help with the B team? Because I know a lot of times they didn't get to play, the 7th grade didn't get to play a lot of games or complete games because of lights and that type of situation.
Yeah, our high schools have really stepped up and helped us, work around their soccer schedules. They've been really gracious enough to let us get on the field a little earlier in the season. The playing surfaces, playing on turf is better for the kids. So, we're here at Bryan Station, so a big shout out right now to their AD John Bayard. They've been great to work with. So all of our high schools really want to see our middle schools succeed. So it's been nice to establish those relationships and get those games moved as soon as we can. Now, we do have a few games that are going to be played at middle schools still, but for the most part, we got a lot of games at the high schools.
All right, we just had a turnover. Coach, you got any questions? Coach Seals, you got any questions for our AD?
Shout out to Robbie Sayre. I think he stepped down this year.
Yeah, Mr. Sayre retired, so he's on to bigger and better things. So we got a new athletic director that just started this week, Jackie Gordon Duvall. She's from K-State. She seems like a really nice person.
Coach.
Yeah. Great athlete. Used to coach for assistant coach for Franklin County girls basketball. Was on the bench for their back-to-back state championships. Has a really great track career.
Now, what role do you guys play as far as you have been a middle school AD and her being a district-wide AD? Is that how do y'all work together?
I mean, a lot of the stuff that I do crosses over. I have to have really good relationships with the high schools, obviously when we need their facilities and all that stuff. But I've been helping her get up to speed. She's been asking a lot of really good questions. But we work really well together as a team. We're not gonna, it's not gonna be separated or anything like that. Like, we're gonna tag team a lot of different things and make sure that the district athletics as a whole is on the same page.
Hey, sounds good.
Coach Runyon, let's give a shout out to all the families and parents out there that make this all work. But is there anything that you would like to get out as a message to all of our supporters for not just football, but all middle school sports?
Well, I mean, it goes back to the old saying, it takes a village to raise a child. And these schools get parents that help on the chain gang at football games. They got people running the clock. You got to get scorebooks at the basketball games. I mean, everybody pitches in. Many hands make for light work. So big shout out to everybody that pitches in and helps. I saw Winburn's cheerleaders out here earlier. Yeah. Those cheerleaders and those coaches, they're working their butts off to get ready for the season. So I'm excited for football. I mean, it means better weather's coming. And Friday night lights are always fun. Now we're on middle school, so these Wednesday and Thursday night games are always fun to be at too.
Oh, drop. Now, one thing we did notice, I know girls basketball is going on. We looked at the standings and we saw where there's a central, eastern, and northern district west.
Yep.
Now, what is that? How is that going to affect in the basketball standings as we move further on throughout the season?
So we decided. So we have a calendar committee that sits down at January and February every year. We kind of work on rough drafts of the calendar, and we knew that the new middle school was coming open, And that gave us the opportunity to have 12 schools and divide it into 3 4-team divisions. So at that point, when we decided to kind of move to a division, we kind of were taking our cue from, district basketball in high school, right?
Okay.
So the top 2 teams in each division in the gym sports right now will make the playoffs.
Okay.
And then we'll take the next 2 overall best records to fill out our 8-team tournament.
Oh, okay. Okay, I like that.
Kind of puts that focus on the division games. It kind of changes the way you scout, the way you coach, the way it puts that emphasis back on, when I coached in the 43rd, we always talked about how important those games were for postseason seeding and making those playoffs. So I think it's going to bring some excitement to a new way to look at it, a new way to coach your team. So I think it's going to be something fun.
Now, what are there any ideas or plans for maybe moving that to football or the other sports?
We've talked about it. It's been discussed. We're just we always have to worry about our facility issues. How would we get to a division game that might get canceled for heat or something along those lines, or rain, for instance, if it's being played at a middle school facility, but here under the lights you might be able to wait it out. So how could we schedule that around and move our teams around with facilities? Right now, that's the one hurdle that we have with football. So it's coming. I just don't know when. It's TBA.
All right, man. I guess before we get you out of here, is there anything, I know since you've taken over, we've seen you do a lot of changes, and we've definitely seen things grow and improve. Are there anything that's kind of like on your to-do list, I guess, maybe a bucket list, something you kind of would love to implement or try and implement, or?
I can't really name one thing.
I was going to say I probably shouldn't put that out there like
That's okay. No, I can't really name one thing right now. There's always room for growth, but we have a lot of really good supportive middle school athletic directors and middle school principals, and they're a pleasure to work with. So we're enjoying just kind of growing, tweaking things as we go, and hopefully we can just make every sport the best that it can be.
All right. You got anything else for before we get out of here?
No. Thank you for joining us, Coach. We really
sir.
appreciate having you.
No problem.
All right.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Yep.
My man, Coach Runyon. Hey, that was my coach, man. When them Dunbar girl Bulldogs, hey, baby, back in the day.